Hey guys, how you doing? So today I did a boob. I did a naughty, I did a no-no, and I bit at a hater badly. And it's really weird. I kind of pride myself in not doing that. And people ask a lot about the negative comments and the feedback and what happens. And, you know, it's indicative of when you put yourself out there, you will get negative comments, you will get hate. And I kind of pride myself in not doing it because I feel like as soon as you do that, almost it kind of lets them win. And on the whole, I think it's a much better scenario to look at it, especially if it's out in the open, if it's a comment on your wall or somewhere that people can see that negative comment. I think how you deal with it is actually more important than the negative comment. And I feel like I have such a great relationship with so many of you guys that a lot of the time you guys bowl in for me. I feel like I've kind of got a big brother in you guys, and when someone puts a negative comment, you know, so many times you guys have got my back and you go straight in there and you'll raise an argument of why that's not the case, and it makes it so much easier for me not having to kind of almost fight a battle. But when I do, I really like to think of it as, has someone got a point? I want to see it from their angle. Have I said something or done something that is wrong or that they might have a point on? Because a lot of this stuff is subjective, and you know, I quite like debating it. You know, I'm not saying I've got all of the answers. This is all stuff from my experience of dealing with musicians over the last 20 years. I'm not saying I'm a music industry guru, but I'm definitely up there with helping musicians because I have done it for so long. And so I try and look at, it from other people's point of view, but sometimes you just get negative comments or you just get hate and stuff. And on the whole, I can ignore it. And most of the time I find it really funny. You know, I've had some hilarious comments. One a couple of weeks back telling me I should kill myself. And I was like, thanks. But this poor kid who's just a kid, like he doesn't know any different. He's just, his version of the music industry is from what he's seen on TV or from what he's just made up in his own head in his room, and how he thinks the music industry should be, or even worse, from what the music industry was 20 years ago and how he thinks that should fit in. And I've just had a shit day. I've just had one of those days where I should have just ignored it. I should have just said, you know what, it's just a kid. And I didn't, and I feel guilty. I feel bad about it, and I know I shouldn't, because like when people call me a shithead, then you know they're allowed to do that. But I don't feel like I should bite. I feel like I shouldn't. And you know, it's funny because when you watch a lot of these inspirational people that are on Instagram and YouTube and how they do stuff, and everything's so fucking positive and everything's so like, this is what you should do, and sometimes you just want to go, no, I'm just going to rip his fucking head off, which isn't not the right thing to do. But you know, because you know, it's just hard. It's really hard. One thing I find is the pressure is, like, you know, in building companies, in where I'm at the moment, like sometimes you just get caught off guard. Sometimes you just have a bad day or a bad moment, a bad half an hour. Things start going wrong. You know, I remember. This was a long time ago, but I remember working back at BIM, and there was someone that I was just having a bit of a ding dong with, and I remember just saying, "This is really hard. Like, owning a business where you're responsible for 100 people." is a lot of responsibility, and it's hard, and I'm trying to do the best thing for everyone, and it's really difficult. And it kind of, I think it broke the ice in that instance. But you can't reason with people when they just troll you on social media. So basically, I wanted to talk about it. Advice for trolls is normally just do the right thing and try and do the right thing and actually be able to see it from their side and even have a sensible debate. But every so often, I can't give that advice, because every so often I just act like a fucking 10-year-old and spit my dummy out, throw my toys out of the pram and have a proper tantrum, which is not the right thing to do. So, but on a plus side, trying to look at this. I'm sure you guys have the same thing, because when you put music out there, people are going to like it, people aren't going to like it. But one thing is, when I look at the comments that you guys put on my wall every single day, it's 99% so positive and so inspirational for me to see that it's working or helping, or just that people want to engage. That for every one person that does think I'm a shithead, it shouldn't get to me. It shouldn't get to me. Obviously it does a little bit from time to time, but it's one of them things. I've had some really, really good Skypes today. I've Skyped a few people. One of the things that cropped up again, which I think you guys should think about, is this idea of having a personal Facebook versus having a professional Facebook. And the reason why I say this is this point links together with the haters. But I have a personal Facebook. I don't use it, so there's no point in adding me on it, because I never use it. It just sits there dormant. And I don't think of it as a personal Facebook and a professional Facebook. I just see this as my Facebook, because, you know, when I was on Facebook back in the day, and I had 1,500 people that I was friends with, most of those people I'd met a couple of times, or they were old students or acquaintances. And so now when I do this, there's more people on my page, and I have the same relationship with most of you guys. I'm having Skypes every day and meeting new people, making new friends. And I don't need this. I keep this personal stuff over here, and I keep my professional stuff over here. I want it to be one thing, me. I want it to be real. And I think you guys should think of it the same thing, because if you just, what I call the telephone voice, when you know, with your professional Facebook, it's like when you pick up the phone and all of a sudden you've got that weird telephone voice. Hello, how are you? Damien speaking. It's like, it's not real. And that's the way I see social media, and I think it'd be much, much better if you just kind of went, no, I don't use my Facebook anymore, my personal Facebook. All the stuff I want to say goes on my professional one. And then you can say, if you want to engage with me, if you want to be a part of my journey, you have to do it on this Facebook page as opposed to this Facebook person. Because if you do that, the mindset goes into, it's not friends and fans, or friends and audience. It's just friends. It's just relationship building. And I think it's a different mindset, because there's most of you guys now, I'm talking to you guys so much on a day-to-day basis that I know you as friends. I feel like there's so many of you that we talk so often, that, you know, we talk, some of you guys we just Snapchat backwards and forwards, some of you guys Instagram me backwards and forwards, some of you are messaging me on Facebook, and sometimes it's YouTube. But I'm getting to know lots of you, and I love that. I want to keep that up. I want to make it this community, and that's why when you've got my back, it makes a big deal, and it's a powerful tool, having, you know, for what I do, having you guys there, if that makes sense. And so therefore I don't want it to be, I'll just do my professional stuff over here, but when I want to have a joke and a laugh and do some fun stuff, I'll do this in the confines of my own Facebook. I'd rather just say, I'm gonna be careful what I post, because I have a responsibility, but on the whole, I'm just gonna have one Facebook page, and that is my Facebook page, or one YouTube page. I'm not gonna have a personal one. So I think you guys should think of that, because I think there's too many people having a Facebook person and a Facebook band page, and the band page is fucking boring, and your personal page is funny and emotional and fun and creative. And I'm thinking, but that's all the bits we want to see. That's all the important bits. And what you've done is you've withheld all the important bits to add them on your own page to 200 people or 500 people, of which 300 of them are already friends with your Facebook page, that they're never going to go over there because they've already got the real you over here. So it crops up so often, and I know there's a temptation to always say, oh, I know, but I will get more engagement if I put them on my personal page. Of course they will, absolutely they will, but at the detriment long term of your band/business page. It's not worth it. So and I'm testament to that, because, you know, because whenever I do bite or do say something silly, you know, a bunch of you are there to stick up for me and have my back, and that's why I don't see it as my personal and my professional. I just see it as a page, and I see us, and I see this as, I don't see this as an audience now. I see this as I'm trying to help you guys, and some of you guys are fucking motoring, and it's so inspirational to watch, and I'm loving it, and so therefore I don't need 2 pages. That's my message for today. So if you are the kid that I berated you and did a bad, and you are watching this and thinking I'm a total shithead, then A, I am a total shithead, but B, I am sorry, because I shouldn't have bitten your head off. That was the wrong thing to do. I've also decided this car start, I always, whenever I do these now, I just get in my car and I drive 2 minutes down the road so I can do this. Is that weird? I think that's weird. I don't know if that's weird. But I decided I just need to do some daily vlogs. That's what I want to do. Because the stuff that we're doing, where we're picking a subject and we're talking about it and I'm trying to help with that, is one thing. But I've got so much going on, and I just think, you know, I'm constantly telling people your story, your story, your story, and I'm like, fuck, I've never been this busy. I'm writing a book, I'm buying a £1 million business, I've got my other business, I'm starting a new business, I'm involved in a new music college. Like, fucking bonkers. Like, if there's any time to start doing vlogs, then it's now. But I think I'm gonna need another editor, so I might need someone in the Brighton area who wants to get involved in editing. So if that's you, or you know someone, then you should tag them below, because I think there's going to be some work coming up. So anyway, I'm going to go because I've got Skype in 8 minutes, and I'm loving these Skypes. Hashtag 60min win, and we should be doing this Skype stuff, because it's helping me. I think it's helping the people I'm Skyping. Hopefully they say it is. So that's what we should be doing. So hashtag 60min win. Smash the subscribe and the like, and just thanks for having my back, and sorry to the person I shouted at. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Peace. See you later.